So after that score, Dad, Big Dave, was watching. Big Dave was loving every second of it up there. Look at him.
Let's go! Let's go!
What a great guy. What a character. Bodyguard for star musicians. He's so proud of his son. He puts out all the great stuff his son does on social media. His son blocked him. He blocked his own dad. He's like, Dad, you can't do this. You're embarrassing me. It's great. Kids all around the country are now big fans of DJ because we blocked Dad on social media.
Oh, gosh. You know, the real interesting story he told us when DJ was going on his recruiting visit, he went to Alabama, then he went to Clemson. He said when he talked to Dabo Swinney and Dabo talked about his faith in God and being a good father, he wanted DJ to be a good father and a good husband, and this was about more than just football.
After further review, the runner's right leg was down before the ball broke the goal line.
Okay.
The ball be placed at the half-yard line. First down.
Interesting. So the first review was good, and then they said, no, let's go back.
Understand that.
Let's go back and look at it a second time. Terry McCauley, I'll bring you in.
So what they're saying is that lower right leg touches right there before the ball's down. And from that shot, it looks like they're correct. I don't know why they didn't get that in the first place, why they didn't see that. But it does look like that shin, that calf, that is down and the ball's short.
Well, Terry, they may have been looking at what all of us were looking at, just as his bottom came down where the ball was, and then went back to take a look at the shin coming down.
Right there.
So that explains why. And then after it's called confirmed, they come back and unconfirm it.
Which they can do.
Great point, Terry. Thank you. The replay has it under their control. So it's a half-yard away. You saw the BC game. Nothing's guaranteed about pounding it in. Uyunglele is going to take it in his own hands, reach for the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown.
They can't fuck with us!
Dabo said, is that finally a touchdown?
You understand the emotion, the tension of the moment. Language may not bother some. To those who it does, apologies. But I think you understand in the middle of competition that happens and gets caught on a live microphone. 39-33. And guess what?
Ruling on the field was a touchdown. That play is under further review.
And Dabo is many of us. But you know what? I mean, look, here's the system. You can't get most of them right. You have to get all of them right when you have the access to it. So they require multiple looks because you never know what can happen on the next snap. And they just want to make sure on this one. We have Super Mo cameras and cameras everywhere, and you just get so many bodies in here. Try to pick out Uyunglele, and I think I see his legs and his arms and his shins, and most of him not on the ground when the ball crosses the plane as you look down from pylon cam. As a coach, do you worry what this does momentum-wise on either side, or it's not matter?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to fight through this and just get ready to play when they blow the whistle.
You are one of the most patient men on earth. I will say, Tony, coming in here, I think we both thought that there was a matchup of two pretty good teams from what you'd seen on film, but there was a big question with Notre Dame because they hadn't played anybody who was any good. And obviously Clemson's terrific, and here's the call.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
I'm just curious, as you've watched them against an elite team, what do you think about these teams no matter how it ends up here tonight?
Well, I thought the game would be like this. You and I talked about it this whole week leading up to it, and Notre Dame has a tremendous group of young men. They've got a great team, and I'd like to see these teams play 3 or 4 or 5 times, and it's going to be 3-2, something like that. These are evenly matched teams.
Even without Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback play at 425 yards and the 3 touchdowns responsible answer a lot. Potter for the extra point. He knocks it through, so the Irish will need a touchdown and an extra point to move to a second overtime. It took a while, but it was a quick strike from Clemson. It was the one pass and then the sneak from Uiagalelei. What has he done in his first 2 college starts? 58 for 83, 767, 6 Sixers on the board, no picks.
And what that doesn't show, Mike, is the fact that the first game they're down 18. In this game, you're at Notre Dame down 13, and it doesn't faze him. He's played his game and stayed cool and calm. Really impressive for a freshman.
So Ian Book and the Irish offense take the field for a second consecutive possession, knowing they have to score a touchdown. This one to get it to a second overtime. And on the first play, it's a run inside with Kyren Williams for a couple of yards. Worked well in the first half. Has been much better contained by Clemson in the second half.
And Notre Dame knows now they've got 4 downs. That's the advantage of going on defense first. So this is 4-down territory. You won't have that big decision if you get to 4th and 1 or 4th and 2. You know you're going for it.
Last Irish OT game was early in the season in Austin in 2016. The double overtime 50-47 loss to the Longhorns. Officially second and 8. Book retreats. Nobody open downfield. Takes off and fires sideline. Mayer comes back and catches it at the 8-yard line. This terrific freshman. Injury for Clemson. Brazee is hurt. Knee down, inbounds.
Yep, definitely there. And Ian Book time and time and time again in this game, buying time, staying alive. Nothing open right away, just moving around in the pocket.
You see Brazee was on the run there chasing Book and then went down and was in a ton of discomfort when he initially went down. Good to see him getting back up here. You see a couple of Clemson players cramp over the last few minutes. Boy, the freshman tight end is making such a big impact with talent.
We're seeing him get better and better and more confident. He does some athletic things that you just can't believe for a man his size.
So it's first and goal for the Irish at the 8. Tommy Tremble, the other tight end, in motion. 2 tight ends go to the right. Book reloads, fires. McKinley at the 3. Gain of 5, second and goal. Ron McKinley, the senior. Ray Thornton, who had to come in at safety after Zanders got hurt earlier. Again, another player has not played as much this season. And the Irish so often no huddle, have been huddling throughout. Empty the backfield. And now Book will come under center. They get into a power formation. And hand to Williams, the blocking. The tight ends on that side. To the goal line and in. Kyren Williams for a Notre Dame touchdown. And an extra point from a tie game. Again.
Yep.
Tommy Tremble.
This is Michael Mayer and Tommy Tremble on the left side, just crushing the line of scrimmage, blowing that hole open, and that is just dominant blocking at the point of attack. Kyren Williams takes it in.
And they wait for confirmation from the replay booth. And Jonathan Doerr just went through this for a couple of minutes before waiting. So this series of overtime has gone down here. And we're going to take a deeper look at this. Let's come down the south end where the students are.
He's under further review.
Students and the band are not down the south end, although the students are kind of spread out all over the stadium. The band is down at this opposite end of the stadium, the north end, and that's probably where the second overtime will take place. Again, no body part down at this point. Williams stretching, ball in his right arm, the arm farthest from the plane as he's twisted. His hit, first body part down is there.
And the question is, where is the ball? Has it broken the plane? Hard to tell.
So you established when he was down, and then you look at this angle, which looks right down the plane. And that seems to all connect for a score. You do like to get them right in the big spots, but the momentum and the energy of the game just comes to a complete grinding stop.
The ruling on the field stands.
And so Jonathan Dorr will come back and try to tie the game. Kyren Williams, his second touchdown, 142 yards on this night. So out of the hole of Bramlett, here's Dorr to send it to a second overtime. And he knocks it through. Well, maybe 2020 hasn't been great, but 2020 has given us 40-40. And the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, so often this setting for generations, the biggest games of the year in college football. Not as much lately. Been a while since #1 has come in here. 15 years, the famed Bush-Push game with Reggie Bush. Of course, the game of the century, 1 against 2, 27 years ago, with Florida State being knocked off by Notre Dame. Then the next week, Notre Dame lost to Boston College, and the Irish will play BC coming up a week from today in Chestnut Hill. BC survived up in Syracuse today by a field goal. Irish will get the ball first here in the second overtime.
And what you're saying here, Mike, is two teams with championship heart, and they're showing it. Momentum swings and change of momentum and teams fighting back from deficits. This has been outstanding football.
40-40, the Irish go first. And Ian Book right back to Kyren Williams. Brian Brzee cramped up earlier. It looks like he may be bothered again by something as he got over to make that tackle, reaching towards his knee this time. Not sure what the uber talented freshman is dealing with at the moment. Matter of fact, 2 Clemson players are injured here. Brzee is one of them.
He's right over the center. He's going to slide, and he actually gets hit by his own man.
Yeah, cracking down from the corner, Sheridan Jones. And Brzee came back after getting that Gatorade bottle in his hand quickly earlier, but this one was the shot right towards that knee that he's grabbing at.
From Sheridan Jones, yeah.
Again, it does bear repeating, and I know we've said it several times, but this Clemson team is missing 3 excellent defensive players, and Landon Zanders, their safety, got hurt earlier. That's one of the excellent players. James Skowski, quarterback of the defense, groin surgery. They hope to get him back as the season goes on, but he's the guy in the middle of all that confusion that Brent Venables has going on a regular basis. Tyler Davis, who's on some Defensive Player of the Year lists up front, sophomore, is missing his 5th game. Live will follow 30 minutes after the end of our game, after your late local news, except on the West Coast. Here's Book on the run. Ian Book takes off 20. Book's got space. A flag is down as Book gets to the 5 and gets out of bounds at the 2. But as I said, a flag was thrown as Book broke out to the left side. And a flag at the back end of this play as well, over where Book was going out of bounds. So we have 2 separate fouls on the play. First one had the looks of a hold on the Irish from where it flew in from. Don't know what the flag is down here inside the 10 where Book was heading out of bounds. Here's Jeff Heiser with the call.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both of which will be enforced. Holding, offense number 69. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So the first down comes because of the personal foul as a dead ball foul. The hold here, Tony?
Yes, that's Aaron Banks. And just right there, you see the left hand.
Yep. Restricting Jake Venables from getting there. Now here's the hit back into the play. Book just 1 step out of bounds. It was tough for Charleston to stop.
But he hits him in the white.
So the enforcement on that is the flag for the hold and the 15 from that spot for the personal foul. So the Irish get a fresh set of downs and first down from the 20-yard line here in the top of the second overtime inning, if you will, awaiting Clemson's possession. Wilkins in motion. Book gives to Kyron Williams, caught in the backfield, in trouble, and goes down. Miles Murphy, the other true freshman, who's up with Brzee, as guys who were in high school last year and are star defensive players right now, made a play for a loss of 5.
Well, Clemson has made some adjustments in the second half in their run defense. Ian Book has hurt them running the ball, but really the actual running game, they have done a great job on it.
Yeah, unblocked. His hand was up by that face mask as well. He gets that left hand out of there real quick. Yep.
He does have it.
It does twist, though. Second down. Here is Book out of the pocket trying to take off. They spied him, but he got away. Book at the 20. Book for the first down at the 10. He goes down just shy of it. He started his dive at the 13. So it'll be 3rd and about 3 coming up.
They have had no answer for Ian Book scrambling today. 3-man rush. They can't get him contained. The blitzes, he's still finding the open alley. Just done a great job of finding things. This is a 4-man rush with a spy, but he beats Tyler Venables.
Book 15 runs, 69 yards, a few of them designed, about a dozen of them taking off. He has not been sacked in the game. 3rd and 3, 3 receivers to the top. And Book looking left, throwing left.
Yep.
It's caught. It's Skoranek reaching for the pylon. Out of bounds before that. First down, out of bounds, just inside the 4 for Ben Skoranek. Everybody to the right and went to the big guy, the 6'3" receiver on the left. Let's watch where that foot goes out of bounds.
Yeah.
There you go.
So 1st and goal just inside the 4.
There you go.
Yep.
Should probably get a yard on the spot. In any case, it's 1st and goal from the 3. Tremble is the move man. Williams sneaks it back to the left, and he's pulled back after just about a yard. Keith McGuire comes in, the redshirt freshman. Again, very deep into the personnel for Clemson with the length of this game and the injuries they've suffered.
Well, I think I'm putting it in Ian Book's hands again. Let him throw the ball. If nothing's there, scramble around and move around.
McGuire made that play 11 snaps the last 3 weeks. Only 1 last week against BC. Timeout taken here. You only get one timeout per overtime frame. So Notre Dame uses its timeout here. Back in 30. A couple more replay reviews. We'll be here for 7:24 sunrise. Moon up on this beautiful night here in South.
Came off that big old line, just mauled them there. And Clemson has lost a lot of players in the course of this game, and they just come off the ball, double team there, open it up for Kyron Williams. At the point of attack, good kick out block and a good strong hard run by Kyron Williams.
Jonathan Dorr for the extra point, knocks it through. And now offensive coordinator Tommy Rees starts thinking about 2-point plays, because if you go to a third overtime, then you have to go for 2 after your touchdowns. But first, Notre Dame has a chance to stop Clemson and win the game. Well, this one was as advertised. We can only hope for the same tomorrow night. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya join you from Tampa, where Drew Brees and the Saints and Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, Hall of Famers, champions, go at it. We get you going with Football Night in America in 19 hours and 21 minutes on NBC. Cannot wait for a great Sunday of ball, followed by the battle for the NFC South lead.
I don't know if I'm going to join you in the studio or just go home to Tampa and watch that game.
I know, right?
At the stadium.
DJ Uiagalelei, just a deep breath and a private moment before digging in. Irish stop. They knock off number 1. 4 to the right. Uiagalelei thinks that he's in trouble. He is sacked. Adi Ogundeji, Kurt Heinrich, loss of 9.
Yeah, they were going for the big play here. They'd run this formation before, thrown a screen out there to ETN. They faked the screen, tried to get it up the field, but it wasn't there, and the pass rush gets to them.
And now, all of a sudden, the feeling on that Irish sideline has changed. You see the gold helmets bouncing, everybody on their feet here. Bo Bauer buzzes out for coverage. Uiagalelei hit from behind. Dalen Hayes jumps up and gets him. Another loss, back to the 39.
It's open, and it's a great thing he got there too, Mike, because Davis Allen, this was the fake pitch and the tight end sneak, and Davis Allen is going to be open in the seam, but the pressure gets there.
Oh. What a play by Hayes from Skyline High School in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Injured last year, no sacks in the first 5 games, 2 last week. A massive one there. 2 downs to get 24 yards for number 1. Uiagalelei fires in the middle. It's caught and then knocked out. What's the ruling? Incomplete. What a hit on Davis Allen. Sean Crawford there. 4th and 24. Game on the line.
Good ball delivered, but a good hit by Sean Crawford. Well done. Making it a desperation situation now here for Clemson.
Clemson's last regular season loss at Syracuse in 2017. They've won 36 straight. Ian Book and the Irish are 1 snap away from a story to tell forever. Clemson will take time out trying to find the miracle play, needing 24 on 4th down. And you never count that crew out in orange and white on the sideline.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the way Notre Dame's pass rush is going, it's going to be difficult to buy enough time to get those receivers to make that 24-yard distance.
Tony, you're Clark Lee. Do you bring pressure, or do you just do it with 4?
I think I do it with 4. The way these guys have been coming, the injuries up front to Clemson. Trust your pass rushers, turn them loose, drop back there, play coverage.
Along with Alabama, that team is the measuring stick for this era of college football. They're great. They are down a bunch of people on defense. They're missing their top quarterback. They've played a terrific game, but still the Irish can. And the Irish have knocked off number 1 Clemson. They may see each other again in the championship. And in the midst of the pandemic, there is pandemonium in South Bend.
And not quite social distancing.
Dabo Swinney trying to work his way over. He and Brian Kelly had a